I can hear you just fine. We are now live.
All right. But funny thing is, I was looking at some live hangouts Saturday, and so I was on one. I mean, I'm not participating, but I can listen to it. And it was about Star Wars. So I'm looking at the participants. It was just, I don't know, 4 guys. And one of the guys was Chris Perillo.
Oh.
Yeah. But I forget, it wasn't his channel, though. It was some other guys doing reviews, you know.
I haven't listened to Chris Perillo in a long time. Initially, he annoyed me, but
yeah,
it's just his voice is a little whiny. But hey, maybe some people think my voice is whiny too.
No.
No, we just find your attitude whiny.
Oh, man. That cuts really deep. I'll let you get one more jab in before the end of the year.
Man, I was off all week.
Welcome to 2016.
I can hear him. Oh, I can hear that really good.
Yeah, 5 minutes into the first show after New Year, it's like, oh, that was a New Year's resolution. Ah, well, screw it.
Oh well, was to be nice. Oh well.
Oh well.
All right.
I went back to work today, and I was off all last week, and got my usual 4.5 hours of sleep, and I'm dead. I am dead.
Do you take your new Ford truck?
What new Ford truck?
Never mind. All right.
No new equipment there.
All right. Do you want my moment of silence?
Hold on.
Okay.
Wait a minute. All right, say something and go.
Something and go. What?
And pause.
Hey everybody, welcome to Geeksters episode 175. This is the show about where we geeky stuff. I mean, we talk about anything from computers, hardware, TVs. Man, we just anything. We're the show, but we just talk about the life of being a tech. So I'm Martin Obando. I'm one of the co-hosts here. Good buddies Tim and Mitch are in the house with me, figuratively, not literally. My house is we're in completely different sections of the what is this? The continental U.S. Man, my end of 2015, and my brain is already turned off. Hey guys, how's it going? We'll start off with Tim, since Mitch is gone. He's back.
Hey
now.
Man.
How was your Christmas, Tim?
Christmassy.
Christmassy? Do you get any snow?
That's that's about. I mean, as we always report, Christmas came and went. This is our last show of 2015, and that's. I hope it's. I don't wish it to be as good as all the air shows that have come before. I hope this is actually a good one, and that's all I got, man.
You'll shoot your eye out.
Yeah. Well, Martin tried.
I tried really hard. I tried to get that arc, but the 22 just doesn't go as far. Hey, Mitch.
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing well, thank you. How are you?
Not too bad.
So did you guys have any snow for Christmas? Any white Christmas?
It was 70. What are you talking about? It was 70 degrees out here. My grass needs to be cut. It got cold today, but but it's been crazy. I mean, probably in Pittsburgh too, I imagine. Tim.
Fine cool down today.
Yeah, we had a cool down today, but it's crazy warm.
Really? We had snow yesterday. It snowed here yesterday.
Yeah, I saw your picture, but you couldn't really.
No, picture. So if you follow me, you'll see the picture, and then it got. That's like, oh look, it's snowing, yay! And then it started to dump, and then it all went away. So there's no snow on the ground now. But I'm sitting at right about 500 feet, maybe even a little less than that. And so all you have to do is just head to the mountains, and I mean even the low mountains, you could get a foot or two of snow. So I was right at that cusp of it, just kind of on the tail end of the snow.
Yeah.
But it's always nice when it snows here. My wife hates it. She just is like, oh man, she just hates driving in it, hates being in it. Now she wants. I mean, if she had all of her snow gear, she would be fine with it. But
I mean, snow is nice to look at. That's as far as it gets. I mean, it's nice to play in it, but when you have to clean it out of the driveway.
That's true.
I don't mind driving in it. I never did, but we can go a whole season without any snow to speak of, and then we can go with a season where we get like dumped on continuously, and I don't want that. Not. I had trouble putting my shoes on, so let alone shoveling snow, even with the snowblower.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna be heading. We're heading out of town for the fourth, for the New Year's, and so we're gonna
Or
go over a couple mountain passes, and we can always pull over and stop and check out the snow.
I don't mind the snow. It's extreme cold is no good. I don't like freezing rain and ice and that kind of nonsense. No,
Exactly.
I'm good with snow. Snow and I we're tight, but that other stuff.
By the way, I must say this, Tim, and I'm sorry. It snowed in M&T Stadium, the Ravens Stadium, yesterday because the Ravens maybe knocked the Pittsburgh Steelers out of the playoffs.
Yeah, I
Big upset.
I usually record those games. I don't watch them for a couple days, so.
Oh,
I-
did I?
So,
Spoiler alert.
your theme of spoilers. That's
God.
good. Kick it off there, buddy. So,
Yes. Yes.
I understand that Door tells me that Zuzu dies at the end, and that you have some Star Wars information for us.
No Star Wars information.
I mean,
I ha-
as long and
I have
actually,
not seen it yet, and so I'm waiting to go with a group of people. I've worked really hard on not getting any spoilers.
No, it was good, and
That's what I've heard.
what I did before I saw it, we went last Tuesday, and I before that, over last weekend, I watched episodes 4, 5, and 6 which were the first ones, and then I saw the movie, and because I think I saw I think I saw them all, but maybe one, and then I started watching episode 1, 2, and 3. Well, I started off with 1, and I kind of got that 1 wasn't too good. It was one with Liam Neeson and
Right. Jar Jar
okay.
Binks.
Yeah, and you what's his name, McGregor, and I'm going to start over, watch it again. But what with that animated character? I don't even know what.
Jar Jar Binks.
Yeah.
I mean, the 1 is basically the one that you can just skip altogether. Whatever order you're watching them, you can basically skip 1 and not do yourself any disservice.
Yeah, I'm pretty with it, but it was good. I mean the Force Awakens was really good, I thought. And I'm more of a Star Trek guy. To me, all right, like
Oh, what were we talking about?
Star Wars, but I mean,
You're talking about Star
to me,
Trek.
Star Wars is family oriented. Star Wars,
It's the same thing.
and Star Trek to me, Star Trek is for grown-ups, and Star Wars is for children.
Oh, is it now?
I'll probably no, not necessarily, but
Is it
Oh,
now?
you know what? That's far more insulting than what I was going for. Where I was just lumping them in the same basket. I agree. I think Star Trek is for those that actually have a brain that can, actually have a chief consciousness. I mean, Star Wars is fine if you just need pretty pictures.
It's family oriented. Star Wars.
If you need colors that just move and occupy your time for a while, like Elmo. You're right, Mitch. I think the Star Wars is for children.
It's cute. Now I'm not saying Star Trek. Star Trek
Ladies and gentlemen, good night.
Wow, that was a home run there, Mitch. Great one.
Star Trek had hit some moments with the episode with the fur thing. I can't even remember what it was. If you watch the old original Star Trek.
With the Ewoks.
That's right. That's when Khan puts the Ewoks in people's ears, right?
I'm confused, but I did. Oh, here's what I have. See if I can remember. There was a couple phasers on stun. They mentioned that in Star Wars. This new one. Wasn't that
Why
a
do
thing?
you tell me these things?
Wasn't that something from Star Trek though?
Yeah.
And there's something else they. Cloaking device they mentioned in Star Wars. Wasn't that from Star Trek?
That's from Harry Potter.
Completely out of ideas.
I don't know.
My favorite part from Star Trek is when Captain Kirk cuts open that Ewok and sleeps inside of it to stay warm.
That's a great scene. It's a moving scene. I brought tears to my eyes.
I don't even remember that.
Isn't the Ewok played by Ricardo Montalban?
You come to think of it.
All right.
clip.
Oh my
Yeah,
gosh!
boy.
All right, in the chat, Mitch, I put it'll be in the notes and in the chat here. There's somebody. It's called the Star Wars 1 through 3 a Phantom Edit, and it's on YouTube. It's an hour and a half long, and they cut out all of the frivolous stuff from the first 3 with Jar Jar Binks and all that kind of stuff. So you can watch an hour and a half show of just all 3 movies, and it cuts out all the frivolous stuff.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, no, I enjoyed it.
No, you didn't.
I did enjoy it. I'm just saying, to me.
Why are you lying? Be truthful, Mitch. Say the first episode was awful.
No. We were talking about Star Trek, right?
No.
I'm getting
Same
confused.
I know. I know.
But what's confusing the very first Star Wars movies were episodes 4, 5, and 6.
Right.
And then they came out with episodes 1, 2, and 3, which it's confusing. But I get it.
And now there's going to be 6. Now there's going to be, what?
8. I mean, no. Yeah, 8.
9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18.
Yeah.
The latest one of the latest Wired magazines says it's the one with the Millennium Falcon on the front of it. It talks about how Disney's pretty much going to ride the Star Wars train now until it dies.
Well, I mean, you probably didn't even read any reviews on it, or did you?
Nope, I haven't.
I mean,
I really tried to stay away from everything.
They were good without getting anything away. I mean, almost everything was positive, unless you listen to Dora and Liam or something. But I think they had some issues, but it was good. Matter of fact, I could see it again. Actually,
My son went on Tuesday and saw it, and he said it was really good.
I didn't see him. He wasn't here.
No, sorry. He saw the earlier show.
We saw it with a couple friends of ours, and so I said, I'm gonna do some little photoshopping, and actually I'll come up with it. But go ahead, I'll go ahead with the show, and I'll get the picture. And
oh, all right.
Yeah, pretty good.
Well, as you can see, I usually don't wear my fancy Podnuts hat on the show, but I wanted to mention it because just today I found out that the new Podnuts hats are out. So if you're interested in getting a Podnuts hat, you can go to www.zazzle.com/podnuts, and you can check out the new logo. And let me see if I can pull up that link, because then I can show you what the new hat looks like. They're really cool. The new logo. Let me pull up the. Well, anyways, it's the cog as the O, right? But then it has a set of headphones over the top of it, and they're $24.95. So that'd be pretty. That's pretty exciting. Let me see if I can. You share your screen here. Screen share. There we go. So for anybody looking, over here, anybody looking, there's the new logo for the Podnuts hats, and they come in white and black. And this one, my hat that I have on, is a fitted one. So I'm not sure. I don't know if they have other ones that are fitted, but I just want to point out that the new hats are in. So if you are looking for any Podnuts apparel to bring in 2016, www.zazzle.com/podnuts.
So like the nut is no longer so much part of Podnuts. The nut is enormous, and it just says Podnuts under it.
Right.
It actually makes you think not of a nut, but of the letter O, because of Martin O'Bando's enormous influence on the network. He's slowly taking over it, and he's just slowly weaseling his way in. Of course, it's through the subconscious, and through the use of imagery. It's been used through the ages successfully. Of course, it brings to mind many things that the Nazis did, and so I see what you're doing there, Martin.
Well, that was my to-do list in 2016 that I was going to release later on. So thank you for spoiling that for everybody else.
Well, this is a show of spoilers.
It is a show of spoilers, and there's Mitch's Photoshop. I'm not quite sure who those people are.
The two on the right are friends of mine. Well, their faces are friends of mine. I didn't do nothing with
You know Mark Hamill?
I didn't do nothing. I was going to put me in there, but I don't want to do him disservice. But now to show you who these people really look like.
Complete strangers.
That's him. Actually,
These people are going to love that you're posting their information on our show.
They don't know what a show is. Yeah, it's them right there. If you can see them, on the left and the right.
Oh yeah.
His wife and That's a musician in the
Almost
middle
put
there,
not
but
something.
anyway. So it was.
Oh,
I
that's
like
funny,
it.
man.
It's fun. It's fun. But I don't have Photoshop. I just use GIMP, Linux, or the
Love
open
me some
source.
Gimp.
Yeah, I mean it's probably it doesn't have as much features, but it's probably the second best program to use outside of Photoshop to do layered stuff.
Gimp.
Yeah.
You know what? Actually, I think that for really really simple stuff, if I just got to grab screenshot, crop it. Well, actually, I don't even do that anymore. But I think still be Paint is fine for just real simple, quick stuff in and out.
Hmm.
Um, Paint.net is amazing because it really walks that fine line between Paint that has not enough features and GIMP that really can be overwhelming the first time you use it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
If you're not a Photoshop guy, I think GIMP is extremely full featured for what it is, which is free. I think GIMP's
Hmm.
amazing. There's tons of awesome plugins. It's been around forever.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Right.
GIMP is
But
amazing.
I have to run these tutorials because I don't use it enough or forget how to do it.
Right.
I mean, what I did on there, it took me a couple hours to do that to get it right. Look halfway decent anyway.
I'll
But
tell you what. There's an Android app it's amazing. It's called I believe it's just called Photo Editor and yeah, Photo Editor
hmm
by I'm trying to think who it is. It's like Mac Dev or something like that. There's a few of them named Photo Editor, but I believe this one's called by Mac Dev. But it's just Android app, and I have found that I can do some just with my phone. I can do some really really amazing stuff. Once you kind of get beyond the limitations of the GUI, which I did pretty quickly. But I do almost everything. It's like what you're doing,
hmm
throwing in faces, just shopping faces and crazy stuff.
hmm
I'll use my phone. I won't even go to the.
Can you actually do does it
Yeah,
use layers?
yeah,
Really, on a phone app?
yeah. Here, yeah. I'll send you some stuff. You'll see. You'll
Is
be
it
amazed what I can do.
is it this
Yeah,
one?
it's That's yes, sir. That's it.
Okay, so it's
Highly, highly recommended.
a photo editor by dev.macgyver.
That's it. That's close. Yeah, it's excellent.
Really?
Let's try it. I mean, I like it. I mean, I've messed around with Photoshop too. Now, I think you can get version 3. They'll give you to let you have for free. It's old, quite a bit older, but you know you can still use it. But to me, like GIMP is hard enough alone, and Photoshop, they even have 100 more things, a ton of more things than what GIMP has. It's very
Well, yeah, but if you're doing, I mean, if that's your job is to do photo editing and all of that stuff, then you're going to pay for the photo editor.
right,
Where
right,
you and
right.
me, I need to just, and I barely scratch the surface. Every now and then, I need to take something and crop out the back of it and make it a GIF, so I can. And mainly, it's mainly for things like, open mesh, where you go to their cloud
Hmm.
tracks and you want to put a logo in something, or I need to put a logo on some device and it's going to be a presentation to a client type thing. That's when I need to make it a GIF because I want the background to be transparent.
Oh,
And
right, right, right.
there's online ones that can do the same thing, but I'm always looking for suggestions, and that one is pretty cool. I'm gonna install that right now, there, Tim.
Cool.
I think that's mine. Maybe it's my wife's.
Oh,
Installed on my wife's. There you go.
so where'd I get this from? Where did this shortcut come from?
Yeah, I was supposed to work on my wife's phone over the weekend and clean it up because it's a mess,
What does
and
she have?
I never did. She has a Samsung as well, the smaller one, not the Galaxy.
Hmm.
It's really nice, but I just I need to get rid of some of the old legacy programs on it, put new programs on it, just kind of update it because she doesn't do any updates or anything. So
Well, I got
haven't had a chance to.
the 4, so I'm behind. I don't want when I got it was ready to put Lollipop on it, and I kept it so don't even show that. I'm not going to put Lollipop on it, and because all the issues I had with the Nexus 7, and but it's working fine. The only issue I had with that was just some of my SD cards. Well, one of them was bad, and the other one I don't think it was bad, but I think it just needed to be reseated, and I just got another card instead. But it's been working fine, really. Out of all the 4 or 5 Androids I've ever had, this is Of course, now something's going to go wrong if I say it's the best one I ever had, but I'm satisfied with it.
Nice. Nice. All right. So what'd you guys get for Christmas? Any exciting toys? Any exciting?
Oh yeah. Well, I think I mentioned on the last show, I believe that I got the TV. I got a 55-inch TV, and we had a 40-inch TV in the living room, Samsung, and my wife finally let me. All right, go ahead. They had real cheap financing for 2 years, but I'll pay it off sooner before that. But anyway, and I had a 40-inch Magnavox down here, which I didn't use much. Wound up giving that to my grandson, and I said we didn't have nothing down here, right? And the 40-inch went into a spare room that I have, like a den. I had a 32-inch in there, and then I went into the bedroom. So there's nothing down here, right? And I wanted the 40-inch. That room is so small. I'm like on top of the 40-inch. But I told my wife I'm thinking about putting the 40-inch down here, the Samsung, and just get a little 24-inch 19. Just put next, because mainly I use it for a computer monitor.
Yeah.
And she goes, that doesn't make sense. Just get a regular. So I wound up getting a 32-inch, and I got an off-brand. I got a Best Buy brand Insignia. Just a 32-inch. It was like $170, and it's not 720. It's 1080, and it's got a really good picture on it.
Nice.
Yeah, I don't know how long it's going to last, but because I usually get Samsungs, But I say 30, 40 bucks. I think the Samsung was like 40, 50 bucks more, no, 30 bucks more, and it's working good. I mean, like I said, half the time I use it. I mean, more than anything, I use it as a computer monitor. I mean, I got hooked up too with the cable, but it's working fine.
Very cool.
So that's what I got, and also these here. I don't know if you can see these.
Sony headphones?
Yeah, which I usually get, but I usually get the little cheap ones, 15, 20. My wife got these, and she said they were like, I think they were on sale for $50, 40 or $50. They were normally like, I don't know what she said, 70 or 80. And it is a lot heavier, but it's not uncomfortable. It's comfortable. So.
Nice. Is the cable on that one? Is it plastic or is it like a braided nylon cable?
It's not braided, but
No.
it's a flat.
Okay.
But it's short. But I have an extension anyway.
Yeah.
But it's very short.
Kind of like the kind of cable for a SATA drive.
Yeah.
In a PC, right, Mitch?
What did you say? What?
What I saw, it resembled more of a cable for a SATA drive in a PC.
Yes.
Than a conventional cable.
Even the connectors are the same too. No.
You can actually hear
Wow, that
you can
really
actually
is
hear the
something.
data going across his ears. Like
Yeah.
Mitch was upgraded digital this year. I don't know if anybody
sweet.
paid attention. Yeah.
Well, I'm going to pick myself up.
Sass.
As you guys know, right before you came, I was trying to burn some stuff through with DVD, and it just cut out on me in the middle of it. And I think I've had issues with this DVD. It's a I don't even know the brand name of it. Get it at Micro Center. They get it for like $15, and it is called a
So you're talking
TSS.
about the burner itself.
The burner itself. Yeah, I think the issue's in there. Because I burned some Linux DVDs before and something didn't work out right. So I think there's an issue with that. TSS Corporation. They're like $15 or $20. So I think it needs to be replaced. I rebooted and it did the same thing. Tried to burn some data to it, and the thing popped up and then it just shut down. It's not working. So I'll have to take a trip to my local Micro Center.
There you go. There was a drive that I used to always the LG. Was it LG?
Yeah, they were good. They're very good.
LG.
Well,
I can send you one.
LG, Light On, remember Light On?
Light On, that's the one.
They used to be I used to like them.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't really use it a lot, but I have all these DVDs around for that I probably bought like 4 years ago. I just haven't used them up. So I'm just copying stuff for whatever, some friends or whatever. They gave me, hey, can you put these pictures on? I say, all right, give me your. So.
That's cool. Any other Christmassy gift stuff?
Oh, did I tell you I got a TV? Oh no, I don't. Two of them. Two of them. I got this shirt.
Nice.
I got this shirt. I don't know if you can see. I don't know if you can see behind me.
Hey, the box is gone.
All the way over is two little small Christmas trees. One's a Ravens tree, and the other one is a Baltimore Orioles tree that my friend got me. He got me one last year and the Oriole one this year.
Oh, very cool.
But they'll stay up year round.
Very nice.
I got some aftershave, cologne, shirts. What else? That's it.
Nice. I got some aftershave too, but I just gave it back.
No, you get my age, you need it.
Well, as you
No,
can tell
just
by the
kidding,
beard, I
just
haven't.
Look at that hair I got. Look at that. Look how much hair I got. At my age. It's white, but. And we went to. Oh, we saw Star Wars too.
No. You're gonna kill me. Kill me.
That's so funny.
All right, Tim. How about you? Any exciting gear?
Nope.
Nope.
No, it was a fairly low-tech Christmas.
Yeah.
You know what? Actually, it seems that now it's the kids get all the tech, and I spend my time setting it up and everything. So
Yeah.
But that's cool. That's cool too. Yeah, there's a new Wii U in the house. There's wireless Bluetooth headphones, and you know, external batteries to charge cell phones on the go, and just none of it for me, of course, but it's kind of neat. All this stuff kind of comes in the house, and I get a chance to put my hands on, play with it, touch it a little bit, and well, that's all. So, but I got a Hershey bar, and I'm happy.
There you go. There you go.
Okay.
Yeah, nothing crazy here for me. I got some cool Star Wars stuff, and a cup and a.
Did you see it?
I have not seen Star Wars.
Oh, okay.
I picked these ones out because I was at the show where I got them at. But on the wall, I hung them up. They're prints on top of dictionary pages. So and that we framed them yesterday. But if I can't really zoom in on them. But one's R2D2, one's a Millennium Falcon. But they're prints on it. So that's kind of cool. My wife picked up a butterfly one, and then my son has another one. So those are pretty cool. And then I got a Star Wars making of a Star Wars book, and I got some stickers. I have a new sticker on my laptop and stuff. So if you follow me on Google Plus, you'll see. You may have seen already some of those stuff.
Martin, do you have Comcast?
I had Comcast, and then no, I do not. I have Verizon.
Right.
No, I
I
have.
think you did. Yeah. Okay.
Frontier Fios. Yes, I know. So you go talk about it if that's what you're gonna talk about.
Well, I'm gonna talk about. I have Comcast. I don't have no choice. That's the only. I mean, I could get Verizon, but it would just be plain DSL, not the Fios. But anyway, I think I mentioned I bought a soundbar too on the last show, a Vizio soundbar.
Right.
But it was not compatible with the remote with what I had with my digital box, cable box, and I had to take an old box back that because when I got rid of the one TV, it just didn't do HDMI, so I took that back, and then of course when I bought this other one over the weekend, I had to go there and get another one, and with HDMI. But anyway, when I was there taking the old box back, I got the X1 remote. It's the sound remote, voice remote. You can talk and you can do a search. And would you know that one works with the Vizio? It worked right away. I mean, I had to set it up, but it had it in there, and it turns the TV off and just controls the. So that was pretty cool.
Well, I thought you were going to talk about Comcast and what
the X1 remote is from Comcast. Yeah.
Oh no, this is about their new DOCSIS 3.1.
No, I don't. No. I mean, actually, I have read something about that, but.
Well, Tim, do you have Comcast?
Yeah.
So you may want to look into this because they just tested in Philadelphia actually, where now Comcast has figured out how to deliver gigabit speeds over its over its existing cable lines with the new DOCSIS 3.1 modems.
Okay.
So I don't know how much it's going to be, but the whole big thing is that gigabit usually requires fiber, and that's why I went to something like Fios, and a lot of people do because they want those higher speeds over the fiber. But now Comcast can do the same thing with their new DOCSIS 3.1 modems, which are most of the modems. You may already have them at your house.
Interesting.
See, the one I have now, it's got a built-in. It's DOCSIS 3, but it's got the built-in phone adapter in it too. See, if it wasn't for that, I'd have my own, just buy my own. But
so that may be something you want to look at. But that's cool that they're going to be starting. Now it started in Philadelphia, so I don't know how soon it is. And of course, when I read this, I thought, of course, now I can go back to maybe need to go back. And a lot of my troubles that I thought I was having with Fios and things dying and not working out very well have all actually been resolved with switching my my router, my internet, my access point, my wireless access point, and I got rid of all of my access points except for the one open mesh, and it's been stable, super stable. So
you just got the one going on right now?
I have the one just upstairs, right outside my office, up on just upstairs, and it covers the whole house, and it actually can see wireless settings that I can't even see from my computer. Whenever somebody says I need an access point, the first thing I think of now is the open mesh ones. For the $100 one, they're just so good.
I just got that Asus router, and it's just been steady since 7-8 months now.
Yeah,
it's working really well.
So like going back to the Christmas, so nothing too technical. Like my family's gonna be heading out of town, coming up here at the end of January. So we part of that was their Christmas gift, because it's expensive to send 3 kids, my wife and 2 kids, 3,500 miles away. So but there's something they want to do, and I'm excited for them to go do it. So
it costs less if you send them 3,500 miles away, you don't bring it back.
Well,
he was gonna say. I knew he was gonna say one way.
Hey, but nothing beats free. And this came out before Christmas, and we just didn't have a chance. We were able to get a show out before Christmas. So Nick Shaw over at D7. If you have a D7 Premium Edition, this is the original D7 Premium Edition. And I'm going to read you this article. It says. Also, it says Merry Christmas to everyone. Also, just in case you already have a D7 Premium and don't know about our upgrade offer, we started promoting earlier this year that D7 Premium users who have the old and then quote-unquote D-Cloud subscription, even the lifetime ones, can get a complimentary D7 and soon D7X D7X, so long as your D-Cloud subscription remains active and current. For current paying subscribers, this basically means you're getting the whole D7 2 package for the same price you're already paying for the D7 Premium Clouds. So if you are a D7 user and have not moved up to the D7 2, Nick and his crew will bump you up to the D7 2 edition for free. And I use my D7 2 edition all the time. It's one of those things that here on the show we kind of talked about it. Would I use it? Would I not? I would kind of, because there's parts and pieces. That's my go-to. I don't have anything else. There's nothing else that I use because everything I could possibly need is in that application. JRT, ADW Cleaner, Hitman Pro. It cleans out temp files. I have computers that just come to me. They're just people saying it's just slow. I get rid of 8 gigs worth of temp files and JRT and Malwarebytes, and I just run it, clean it, and it all comes back good, and they are really happy. It's resolved a lot of their issues with just slowness. So if you're not a D7 Premium Edition and you don't get the free upgrade, I still would recommend checking out Foolish IT, that's FOOLISHIT.com, and check out the D7 2. And if you have any questions, reach out to Nick and the crew there. We got who do you guys know who's there? So there's Bradley, there's Jeannie.
Johnny works for him.
Johnny, that's it, Johnny. Yeah.
And Brantley. I can't forget the other. I met the other guy. I can't remember what his name was. You probably
Well,
just said it. Yeah.
yeah. Anyways, check them out. They're on G Plus. They're on IRC. They have a video stream. They do video streams every day, at different times of the day. But just get a hold of all of them. Send them an email. Ask them about D72, what it can do, and how much time it's going to save for you. It's one of the best tools that I have purchased in 2015, and will continue to be my go-to tool for 2016.
See, if I was a full-time guy like you guys, or I would definitely buy it. And I tried the original one when he first came out with it.
Did you
And
keep your subscription?
It was free when he first came out.
Yeah.
I mean, you didn't. I didn't buy the. But if I was if I was big like you guys, I mean, well, I'm bigger than you guys, but I mean not physically. But I mean, if I work on computers, I try not to work on computers, except my own.
Right. So I did. Let's see. Some of the things that came up. So we have a new. I got an email last week. I knew this was coming down the line for one of my bigger clients, and they are getting a camera system. So they're basically putting in Ethernet cameras inside of their clinic. It's a veterinary clinic. They're putting in 10 of them, so they can do their normal stuff. They want to be able to view them outside the clinic and all that kind of stuff. So kind of all the emails started coming in, getting together, and the distributor said, okay, this is what we need. We're going to need a server. I quoted the server there, but it's basically Windows 7, 8 gigs of RAM. It needs whatever, a normal hard drive space, at least 150 gig hard drive, but it needs a 4 terabyte secondary hard drive for datas and backups and all that kind of stuff, video processing, storage. And I said, okay, great. And then he says, and we're going to be putting in 10 cameras, so at least we need 10 available ports on your switch. And then and he mentioned something about PoE, and the doctor says, not a problem. I'll go look. And I said, whoa, wait a minute. He mentioned PoE, but our paths had crossed, and I got an email back saying we have 5 ports available. And I said, okay. So I went and I stopped off at the doctor's office and said, here he needs PoE. And I said, are you, to the gentleman, the contractor, I said, are you putting in? Do these come with injectors or what? And he says, oh no, we can quote that out if you want. So I went back to the doctor and said, okay, here's what's going on, is that these are PoE, and if you haven't heard of that before, what that is it's power over Ethernet, and a lot of devices now, access points and especially cameras and stuff, will run this way. And what happens is you need some kind of an injector, and there are switches out there that are PoE, and they inject a little bit of power through the line because there's already power there, but they inject a little bit more that actually run the device, whether Open Mesh is a great one, cameras, and so the device actually just runs off of that. Now, why is that useful? Well, if you have to take an access point or a camera and stick it in a ceiling somewhere that's not close to a power switch, you can't run a cable down to a power plug. You can just, you're still limited on the length of the cable, right? 300 feet for Cat5 for Ethernet. You're still limited on that length, so that can't do anything about that. But what it allows you to do is put cable over that, and now you could put a camera somewhere in an office building that's not close to, a power switch, and use it. Now you have your cameras all ready to go. So what we ended up doing was purchasing two devices, a rack-mounted 120 volt or 120 watt, PoE injector. That's 12 ports. So you divide that up by 10, or by that by 12, and you get 10 watts each, right? Because that's how the PoE injectors work. Take the total and divide them by how many ports. Now that's not dedicated. It's just saying that's how much can be sucked out of every port at one time if they were all plugged in. These cameras need 4.8 watts each. Between 3.9 and 4.8, they said, depending on the cameras, but the low ones are 3.9, the high ones are 4.8. So we just said, okay, 4.8 all around, which means that I could plug in like 26 of these cameras into this one injector, but there's only 12 ports, so it doesn't matter. Now, how this injector works is we also bought a new rack-mounted switch that's going to be dedicated for the camera system. It's a gigabit switch, so the camera will come off their already in place switch into this switch. Their camera system will plug into the new switch as well, and then what will happen is the cables. Oh, I need to go buy cables tomorrow. Sorry. What happens is the cables will come out of the switch into the power injector, and then out of the power injector it will be the cables that feed the cameras, and that's how we're injecting power into them. The switches for a 24-port or even a 12-port PoE switch was really expensive. So usually a lot of times you can get injectors that are rack mounted like that, where and basically it's downstairs. It looks like a switch, but there's two ports. There's one on top and one on the bottom, and like they're labeled 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever through 12. And so you just plug one end in and plug the other end out, and it injects it. They have little ones that are separate, so you could purchase little injectors that are individual, and I've seen these at Network Gear as well. You come out of the switch into these little boxes that plug into the wall, and then out of that little box and then to wherever your device is.
So these injectors, you can get them with different wattages?
Yeah, you can get them with different wattages. So I think that this injector was $125 for a rack mounted one. So nothing too bad. And then the switch is gigabit, and then we'll have the camera system will be gigabit. So I'm looking forward to that. So the system was supposed to be delivered today, but it's being held off until tomorrow. But that's one of the new things that's coming down the line for me, is that we're putting in a new system, and I'm just the only thing I need to do is just be able to give them, this is the camera system, here's the password, have at it, kind of go from there. So looking forward to that. I had a client call me last week. Her computer was running slow. I've known the lady for a while. She's the grandmother of my daughter's really good friend. So we talked, and she said, "Yeah, I'd like you to come look at my computer." And so I got there, and she says, "I also want to update to Windows 10." I said, "Well, let's hold off, because she's a realtor, so there's special programs that she needs to run for realty.
Sure.
She has finances. ScanSnap. Have you guys ever heard of that? It's a scanning. It's kind of a compact scanner, just a scanner. It does duplexing. I'm always worried about legacy applications and tools with Windows 10. And then I had it home, and I cleaned it up for a while, and I told her, I said, well, a couple things. I said, if you want to go to Windows 10, we can. It's not on a domain or anything. I said, if you want to go to Windows 10, we can, but there's two things I think we should do. One, it's a Dell, and I said, you've never created a restore CD from Dell that if your computer were to ever die and you need to put a new hard drive in, you can restore right from this. So we created, I said we need to do that. And the second thing I said, I want to make an image of the computer prior to upgrading it to Windows 10, just in case. And she said, okay. So created her a thumb drive with a restore, and then imaged the computer, moved up to Windows 10, deployed it this morning. Really nothing worked. Everything worked out of the box. There was no hiccups. Things actually started working. A couple of things that she was having issues was within the ScanSnap. She would scan it, say scan to email. Outlook 2016 is supposed to open up, of course, just attach it to the email and go from there. It wouldn't work in Windows 8.1. I read a lot of things saying Office 2016 or Outlook 2016 and 8.1 was having some issues. Problem resolved in Windows 10. Windows 10 fixed the touchscreen. The touchscreen was not working on Windows 8.1. It's now working. So, deployed that this morning.
Bob's your uncle.
And there you go. Bob's your uncle-in-law. So that was those are a couple of the little things that I did, and I'm kind of getting better at 8.10. It's not something I spend a lot of time on. Enough time that I have this computer up here is at 8, is at 10. But I'm not as, what is it? I guess I'm not as cautious about going to 10 that I was going to 8 and 8.1. I still have a majority of my business clients on a domain are still at 7.
See, on a business, it's different. Business and consumer is two different things. And
right.
I think for consumer at home, 10 is fine, but like they just switched domains at work. They went with new company bought us out 4 or 5 years ago, so they finally switched the domain to theirs, and so now we got to use a different log one. But here's a question I have: it automatically, if no activity, you have to re-sign back on. Control Alt and Delete.
Mm-hmm.
So that's set, I guess, by group policy, because it's everybody's come to me today saying, "Hey, can I turn that off?" And it's not in there.
No.
So it's got to be group policy editor. But is there anything I can do to get past that? Like have something running in the background, so won't you? I don't know.
Here's the thing. Even if you could say you did, your computer would talk to group policy and reset itself back. So no.
Well, I mean, let's say if you had some kind of app running, thinks it's activity
Oh, I
going
see
on.
what you're
You know what I
saying.
mean? But then again, I don't know if they set it up where these Windows 7 machines they don't even let you install anything.
Well, you
We don't
could,
have the authority to install anything.
if you have Chrome, there's a
Mhm.
there's a browser plugin called Easy Auto Refresh that you could set to refresh your page every 99 seconds,
Really?
and
Yeah,
then it
we
would
do
just
use Chrome. Yeah.
so Easy Auto Refresh. You could try it. I I don't know how. I think you could do it. It's time in seconds. Can I make it? Let's see. Actually, I did it for 999 seconds. So 3600 seconds would be 60 minutes. So
Is it in the Chrome store or the?
Yeah, it's called Easy Auto Refresh.
Uh, that's it. Um,
Yeah, I'll put that in the. So I don't know if you could make that for every. Oh, I don't know. You could put 3600 seconds would be an hour. So I don't know how long it takes to what your timeout is.
to me, it's not a big problem with me, but the dispatch computer, these girls, I mean, they're constantly busy, and if they go on break, and they, I mean, of course, it only takes you a second to log in, but it's just kind of a hassle.
Well, yeah, I understand. So mess with it.
I am going to mess with it.
That may be that may be something you may want to try. But yeah, as far as like turning off the policy, I don't know if there's any way to turn off the policy as much as just do something like this, where you're not going around the policy. You're just keeping your computer to do something.
Yeah.
So
They're coming to me and say, look, I'm showing, look, where the screensaver, everything's turned off, and it's not doing anything.
yeah. So I have been putting on for my clients, my business clients, who I'm keeping on Windows 7. I've been using just this GWX registry that adds. It basically just it creates a D word with a value of 1 in the registry. But I find that after about a week or so, it comes right back. You get that pop up. But it looks like there's something called the GWX control panel that will that's written. And that will remove that. I don't know exactly what it does. I've just heard about this, but it's supposed to remove the Windows 10 icon. It's supposed to prevent Windows updates from upgrading to 10. It's supposed to prevent your computer from secretly downloading Windows 10 installation files. It's supposed to detect and remove hidden Windows 10 installation files if they're already on your PC, and it's supposed to monitor your computer for unwanted Windows 10 related strings and files. So I haven't tried it. I have 2 computers behind me that are Windows 7 that I keep getting the Windows 10 update, even though I've gone through and used that registry key. So I may try this. And
yeah, I did. I didn't do the registry thing, but I did almost everything else. And it would still, you have to disable those. In the beginning, was these 2 different updates,
right.
But now they're probably putting out some kind of other updates that are doing the same thing.
So this is supposed to disable those updates for you and not download any updates that have Windows 10 involved in them. So I'm going to give it a try. I've heard good things about it. Actually, where I heard it, I think I heard this on. Actually, I don't know where I heard this from. I want to say either Mike Smith or maybe Security Now. Can't.
This actual computer here, I was having trouble with it, but now it's not even pop up anymore. I think it's like the machines where you said you initially wanted it. Mm-hmm. Now I have that little mini HP computer with Windows 8.1. I never said I wanted it, so it doesn't. I mean, it's there. The GWX thing is there, and I'll disable it and stuff like that. But it never pops up and tells me, to down. I mean, it did a few times, but it doesn't come up. But I never said I wanted it on that one, and so I don't know.
So something to think about. I guess one of the big announcement that I mentioned to you guys on the chat that we talk about all the time, and is that I did officially get the yes, he accepts my proposal for an employment. So starting January 1st, Obando Computing will be employer plus employee. So that's always that makes me very nervous and excited at the same time.
Strike.
Yeah. But so I'm hoping things are going to work out. I think he's a nice guy, and it's always for me, it's just new territory. I don't have a I've talked to my insurance guy and all the business side of it, but as far as things like, I don't have a employee handbook. What are we going to do about time cards, and how does he submit? I've talked to my bookkeeper, and she would like time cards submitted at this date, but how do I submit them? What about mileage? And so all those little things that I have to figure out, that I can just see that I'm going to lose a little bit of money up front, but
Well, you have to, like, I don't know if you listen to Mike Smith, but
Mhm.
one of his previous shows that he's going to be talking about on his next show, that he grew too fast and it almost cost him. He was growing
Right.
so fast. So you just no way out of it. If you're going to expand, you're going to get busier. You'll kill yourself. You can't
Right.
work 24/7.
Right. Well, and then today I got an email from. So this is a lady who works for one of my bigger companies in Santa Clara. So this is southern Bay Area, south of San Francisco, down by San Jose. She says, "Hey, are you willing to work for get a new client?" And so I said, "Well, let me talk to them. What are their needs and wants? Because first off, I'm an hour and 45 minutes by plane. That's air time. That's not that's not me 40 minutes to the airport and what do they need?" So she called me up and she said her other tech company that she worked with was growing. They're no longer doing one-off shops, one-man shops anymore, and she wants to know if I can handle it. And she's cool with doing everything remote, and so I picked up a new client today. So I guess that's exciting as well. She says she would call him maybe 2 or 3 times a year. I said okay, but she knows that I'm a ways away, and that if she needs me to come down, she said, well, maybe when you're on site working for this other company, you could just swing by. And I'm like, well, they're paying me to be on site for that other company. That's not, and they give me travel, so they drive me around. So
Right.
it's not like I can say, hey, company X, could you drive me over to company Y, so I can work on their stuff. So. But I picked up a new client today, so that's exciting, and we'll see what happens. She needs a new printer hooked up, and she says she's a little bit technical, but she can get herself in trouble. So, it's basically unplug the old printer, I'll download the new drivers, install them. Okay, now please plug this into the USB port. you know, so that's exciting.
Good deal. Good luck.
Yeah, thanks. I hear stories from a lot of different people about how employees are good and how employees are bad, and he's gonna be this person's gonna be on call. I just don't have enough time right now, but it just like with even with you guys, you notice that things will be slow, and then all of a sudden everything happens at one time. It's those times where everything happens at one time where I just can't be everywhere, and that's what I need, or I need a day off, or not even need a day off. I would like to take a day off, and that's and I talked to, I think it was Tracy Holtz. We were talking about this, and he said, what, it'll really hit you when you take a day off and realize that all the calls that come in, they're all going to get handled by somebody else. It may take some time because you're going to have to get this person up to speed, but that's when you can just take a break and not have to worry about it. He says that's when you're going to really realize that you're an employer, and that things are kind of going well. But in the meantime, it's all dollars and figures, and every time you're with them, you're thinking, I'm losing money because I can't, but that's just being a business. That's part of being a business. That's part of growing. And while I'm nervous about it, while this is completely new to me, I am, it's been 4 years since I started this business, and I'm glad to grow. Looking forward to 2016 and what it has to hold for Abandoned Computing, and who knows, because I know that things go faster than expected, and I could have another maybe 1 or 2 more employees by the end of 2016. Just have to wait and see.
Yeah, you'll do well.
You don't know until you try.
That's right. So that's my hopes for 2016, and to lose more weight, but that's.
I was going to say the same thing.
Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to take your thunder.
No. I mean, Tim's got the perfect figure, man. He probably doesn't gain an ounce.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I mean, I literally.
Nobody fills out a dress like me.
Yeah. Okay, Bruce. I mean,
Bruce.
Bruce Jenner. Jenner.
Oh, sorry. I didn't. Sorry. That's not. I was thinking of Bruce. Like they still call me Bruce. That weird '80s movie.
No, it's okay, Mark. Call me Tracy.
Tracy Holtz.
I mean, it's terrible when I get on my hands and knees. I got to get my wife to help me back up.
Why are you on your hands and knees?
Well, I mean, when I hook the TV up.
Because he's falling, he can't get up.
Okay, I'm just. Hey,
Right. I mean, the only way I can turn my lights on now, I have to do this.
I was so hoping your lights would turn off. That would be funny if you just went in the dark.
I know.
Well, yeah, his screen would just go dark. The computer shuts off and everything.
Oh, you should have done that, Mitch. You should have timed that just right to block out your screen. I wonder if I can do that for you. Have you clap?
Well, I could, but.
Sorry, I did it. Wait, I muted you. Hold on.
You're wrong one, yeah.
Yeah. No, actually, I said hide from broadcast, and you went away and muted the whole thing.
All right. You turned my camera off.
I didn't.
You didn't? Well, who did?
Hide from broadcast.
Bob's your uncle.
I don't know what happened, Mitch.
What did you do?
No, you're back. There you are.
I did it.
Oh, you did it. I was.
Yeah. Nice.
Oh. Yeah.
What else is new? Come on, Tim. You got something up your sleeve. I know you do.
Do I?
At least some commentary.
Okay. I'll tell you one of the nicest things that you could do for your wife for Christmas. I'm not gonna turn.
She always says she has a headache, so
I'm not
think of
gonna-
something else.
Still married after all these years. I know all that. But hey, look, give your wife a nice place to wrap gifts. Every year this is the year I'm gonna do it, and I totally fall short. This year I did it. I put a box in one hand, I took my arm in the other hand, I just wiped everything off my workbench. My wife had a 4x8 bench, 4 feet by 8 feet, 32 square feet of gift wrapping bliss. She could just do her thing. And sitting on the corner there, I had computer and monitor streaming It's a Wonderful Life. I mean, I think she actually hung out down here for a while after she was finished. I mean, it was just, that's what you need. This thing of gift wrapping on the floor, on the bed, or forget that. Give her a nice space.
So when she got done, you put everything back. I can see. No, just kidding.
No. I mean, it's still like, if you were to see it over there, it's still like the one clear horizontal space in my life. But yeah, that's all I really have to add. It doesn't seem like a big thing, but you give a woman.
Oh
a
no,
nice,
I can.
or doesn't have. I mean, I say a woman. I mean, if your wife is the one, or if she's the one doing it.
Well, we had this whole
I'm not
floor
gonna
was
say that,
full.
Gift wrapping is woman's work or anything like that. It just doesn't happen to be my job in this house, and she does it.
Right.
And you get whoever's doing it. You cannot underestimate the value of having a nice, big, clear, horizontal space where you're left alone and you get some work done. So
You're right.
I'm quite proud of that.
Very cool. Yeah, no, I agree.
Silence.
That's literally all I got. I mean, come on, it's a holiday.
No. It's fine. It's fine.
Jeez,
What
this
do
thing
you,
of doing a show every week.
what do you
is
guys got planned for?
pressure.
What do you guys have planned for New Year's Eve?
Well, I plan to change calendar.
job.
That's after New Year's Eve.
Oh. Well, I do it ahead of time. I'm gonna set the clock's head too.
We stay home all the time.
Yeah.
Really.
Yep.
We're heading out of town just because we were home for Christmas, so
Right.
we'll be visiting both sides of the parents.
I might have my yearly alcoholic beverage, maybe.
Appletini?
I mean, like a pina colada or something. I like those sweet drinks.
A Gerald Altini.
There you go. Yeah.
Mmm.
Mm.
Whatever it takes, man. I'm staying up till midnight tonight. I need my Geritol.
If you take double the ounces at midnight, you've covered both days.
Really? You've covered like years.
Me?
No.
Oh.
Anybody.
I think I mentioned.
If you take double.
I think I mentioned last week that my wife and I have this tradition that we watch Christmas Eve. We watch National Lampoon's Vacation, and I'm sure you guys watched it before. You know, it takes place. They're in Chicago, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I did some research. Well, it's not in Chicago. I mean, it's filmed in California. I think Warner Brothers Studios, and so I saw the house online. They've used it for so many different houses. It doesn't even look the same. I thought it quite interesting. I think they did some scenes in Colorado, but nothing in Chicago.
Really?
Yeah.
You see the new one?
I did.
Yes.
Did you?
Yeah. You know what?
I was alright.
It's okay. I think you really
It's
got to
awful.
hang in. You really got to hang until the end. I felt like they really got it done. It's like, you know what?
They used the same. They gave him the same. The station wagon.
Right.
Oh, spoiler alert! Spoiler alert!
But so my wife and I watched it because we thought, well, let's let us watch this before we have any of our kids watch it. And I'm so glad we didn't sit down with the kids. And it's, you know.
No, it's not. It's not.
The end.
I
The
mean,
end.
for adults, you know.
Right. The end had a redeeming quality to it. My wife did say that. But
No, I don't think it was redeeming. I just felt like it, because there were many. No, there was a couple bits after that were very unredeeming.
Yeah, what about the Christmas Vacation? That wasn't too bad at all. I don't think, was it? I'm trying to think.
the original, like the.
Yeah.
Oh, that was funny.
Yeah, there wasn't nothing bad in there. I don't think.
This one just, it wasn't good. I did not like Vacation. I'm so glad I redboxed it because I would have asked for some money back in my movie theater because and I don't say that about most movies. Some movies I'm like, it's just not my thing. I didn't really care for it. I really did not like it.
Yeah. I thought it was okay. Nothing. Now, you know, the original Vacation movies, like, I mean, there was some nudity in it, I think in the first one, if you remember that one. Yeah.
I don't remember.
Yeah.
Where's
Yeah.
the pool, right?
What's that? No.
I'm
It
sorry,
was
said
Beverly D'Angelo.
Yeah,
She
he's-
was,
Oh, that's
I think
right.
in the very first one, I think she was.
this is taking a rather sordid turn.
No, I'm just saying. But you know, the Christmas. I think the only wasn't nothing really bad in Christmas Vacation. Maybe a couple minor stuff, but it was funny.
All right. All right. So you're gonna, I know you're just like shotgunning topics, waiting for me just to go off on something. So you can finally hit it. You know that's the problem. That's the problem with our rating system is that because of course Hollywood has no soul whatsoever. They'll put anything in a movie, but that's the thing is that often they will put something in a movie that doesn't necessarily need to be in the movie. It seems out of place where you watch it, you're like, why would they even say that right there? Why would it doesn't even ring. It's if they could have edited it out, they would have because it just would. And so they know that if they don't put a certain number of swears and a certain number of this, they're not going to get their PG rating. They got to get of course now with the PG-13 rating. So they actually have like a quota of garbage. They have to weave in every film to get a certain rating. Whereas, you know what, if they left it all out, it would still get a quote-unquote G rating. But you can't sell a movie a G rating because it has this connotation of being, a Disney movie. It's for 3-year-olds. So, I think that's really unfortunate that the unintended consequence of the rating system. I mean, I think the rating system I think it's fairly accurate when you go to see something. It's very rarely do I see something and say, that wasn't rated properly. But at the same time, very often when I watch a movie, I'm like, that doesn't improve the movie. What that person the word that person just said, or the thing they just showed, that actually like detracted from the film. If they could have left that out, they should have edited it out. But no, they couldn't have because they need that PG rating. So
All right, I have a little.
There you go. You finally pulled my string.
No, I have a little issue with what you're saying, and I'm not saying it's not true. My case is, and I'm not the type of person that's continuously swears, whatever. You have to push my buttons. Now, having said that,
We were pushing your buttons the whole time at OLF then, weren't we?
Wow.
you didn't hear me swear any either.
I heard you. That's all you said.
Nah.
God,
And
OLF was under a cloud of.
I was just so tired there because I went and I didn't bring my
So push his
CPAP
button and make
machine.
him tired.
But anyway,
It's
you know, I got the 4 premium channels, and I'm guilty. I'm calling myself a cable snob. I don't watch anything on regular TV anymore, unless it's sports or something like that. Because I got stuck watching like the Homelands and all these other stuff. To me, it's more realistic, and I'm not saying you have to use swear words to make a film good. You're definitely not. But I haven't
Well,
watched.
that's exactly my point. I think that if something that takes place in a uh, something being filmed in a prison or a motorcycle gang, it should be should just be like woven with a colorful tapestry. I made up a word. Tapestry of colorful language. The thing is that I don't send my kids to hang out at motorcycle gangs, and so when I'm watching a thing about motorcycle gangs, I expect that. And when I'm watching a thing about a band of kids who are going to go, I don't know, solve a crime or something, I don't expect like some really strange swear to come up in a really odd time. The thing is that it makes it less realistic. So I'm with you absolutely. I think that if they're using language or whatever that actually depicts that scenario, then they should be in whatever rating it gets. But they shouldn't game the rating by using unrealistic language.
Right.
So no, I agree.
I'll go with that.
Yeah. Okay.
I agree. All right. Excellent. Well, how do you guys think for our last show of 2015?
Well, should we
That's
go for the
good.
PG-13 rating? Because I'm ready to rip one.
Do it. Beep,
Oh God!
beep, 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 beep. All right.
Yeah. The bumpus sounds.
Crumpet.
This is not the Unbootables.
Oh,
Oh
that's
man.
true. All right. All right. Well, in 2016, if you want to call us or send us an email where you would like us to talk to you on the air, or you just maybe you want to come on the show, maybe you want to talk to us, I don't know.
That would be sweet. Come on. Somebody volunteer as a guest.
Come join us. Mitch, how can they do that?
I don't know. Oh, you can send us some emails at geeksters@podnuts.com, and you can send us a voicemail at 7076-PODNUT. That's 707-676-3688. And it's been a long while since we had anything.
It has. Timmy, you gonna stay incognito about 2016, or are you gonna?
Or my what?
I don't know. Or are you gonna not?
Was I incognito in 2000?
I don't.
I'm Tim Bauermeister on the G Plus. You can find me there now. You can find me there in the future. If you somehow travel back in the past, you can travel back some degree of time travel and find me on. Before that, you could just I think you had to send me like a stamped envelope. But I'm Tim Bauermeister from G Plus. Go there.
Nice. I do accept carrier pigeon currency. So if you want to carrier pigeon currency me, I'm Obando in Google Plus, Obando Computing in the chat, and I'm Martin at obandocomputing.com. All right, guys. I have to say that I have thoroughly enjoyed 2015 with you guys. I know that it was a little rough just due to scheduling and busyness, but here's to 2016 and things going smoother and a more consistent Geeksters podcast. That's what I would like to do. Something a little more consistent. So, all right, guys. Well, have a great fiscal week, and don't forget to be gruntled in 2015 and be extra gruntled in 2016. All right, guys. We'll see you next year. Bye-bye.